Hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do. We'd appreciate that a whole lot. Today, I'm going to do another short story review for you. This will be number 80 of 100 in the Bradbury Stories collection. I also should note that although still got a little bit of time left on this project, I have selected my next author to spotlight here on Let's Talk. I've got some collections of short stories from this author coming in the mail soon. I'm not going to reveal who just yet, but after Bradbury finishes up, we will be spending a great deal of time with this other author who I shall reveal in the near future. But for today, we are reviewing The Cistern. This is a short, spooky tale. Spinster sisters, Anna and Juliet, are embroidering on a rainy day in their home. They live alone. They're spinsters. Anna begins to tell a tale about people living in a hidden city beneath the streets in the cisterns that run beneath the streets of the city. She tells of a man named Frank who's been dead for 5 years and his newly dead lover. She claims that out of despair of his life, of his domineering mother, Frank entered the cisterns thinking it might be an alternative to the life on the streets. And now, in the high water, he floats with her and seems to dance, suspended in motion as you do when you're underwater. But for part of the year, when the water levels are low, he sort of falls to the floor and dries up and becomes dehydrated and sort of lays dormant until the next rainy season comes. Kind of disgusting, kind of romantic though. Juliet, the sister, is increasingly frightened by her sister's tale. Anna then reveals that she's the woman in the tale, and she basically storms out the door, and Juliet catches just the glimpse in the corner of her eye of the manhole cover closing as her sister descends down to live with her lover Frank in death forever. It's creepy, romantic as well, and there's some pretty interesting romantic notion here about sort of being together in death. Very, the stuff of classic poetry, real life and fiction. The scorned lover drowns herself, wanting to be with the other in death. In fact, the one other sister's name is Juliet, of course, which itself comes from a tragic suicide tale story. Shades of It, because It by Stephen King, because we're talking about, things living in the cisterns, but other than that, there's not really any connection to that. All that said, it's an interesting story, and it's 4 or 5 pages, but it's not completely satisfying. Good build-up in a short space of time, creepiness. What is this getting at? This is going to be good, and then basically Anna slips out the door and goes down and drowns herself in the sewers under the city. This is, in a way, it's sort of semi-classic Bradbury. Bradbury published an ungodly amount of stories. He is known to have written even at least part-time until his dying day. I suppose there's probably reams and reams of unpublished tales still in storage somewhere, after his death now, several years ago. But some of these stories are sort of the type that I'm sure his name made it completely possible for these stories to be published. But if you or I, as amateurs, unestablished names, had written these stories and sent them into somewhere, probably we would have been turned down as the story being sort of underwhelming. But when you have a name like Bradbury, at a certain point, the stories sell themselves. And I think that's sort of the case here. Not his best work. It's a great kernel of an idea, but ultimately comes up a little bit lackluster. And, I'm okay saying that, they can't all be winners out of the 100 stories we are reading here on Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your weekend. Probably my last upload until Monday or Tuesday. We'll see about that. Got some racing to watch, got some running to do, and I've uploaded a lot this week. So in the meantime, I just want to remind you to please subscribe to our channel. Have a good time, and I will see you soon.